to 6 months to make this fight with
Word.
Shakur, then what about the Devin Haney fight? How come that didn't happen?
I'll be real with you, man. I was dealing on that side, and
Teofimo Lopez sets the record straight. He talks Devin Haney. He's now about to fight Shakur Stevenson this weekend, as we all know. And he spoke on why he didn't, in fact, face Devin Haney. In this video, I'm going to let you be the judge. I'm also going to give you my thoughts regarding Teofimo and his answer for not fighting Devin Haney in the past. From the top.
Shakur, then what about the Devin Haney fight? How come that didn't happen?
I'll be real with you, man. I was dealing on that side, and I'll go with what Keith mentioned. And it was just really personal stuff. I was still dealing with all these other things that I had to handle, divorce, all that extra stuff.
Right.
And so I just rather be in a better state of mind going into another fight. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, and also, I just felt like Devin Haney, respectfully, I just felt like they didn't have motion enough for me to defend what I have here.
Motion, what do you mean?
Like, how you gonna go off of a performance like that and then give a
lose
guy?
into Ryan.
No. Like Devin fighting with Ramirez, and I get it. You gotta like shake off the nerves and all that, but like people telling me this 12 rounds of just moving around the ring, not really throwing that much action. We don't need that showing coming into these type of fights.
So you say you needed some
Devin didn't have enough motion. I don't know, man.
momentum, like the way he just won.
like Shakur got momentum. Feel me? He got motion. He did great with Cepeda. He stood in the pocket. People were like, yo, this guy actually could do what he could do and what he wants to do. Now this is why we get in these type of fights.
You mentioned, he brought up Devin, and you said your mindset wasn't in the best place in the world or whatever, going through a divorce. But now you are spending time with your I guess soon-to-be ex-wife. So how is that helping you as far as like being around your son more?
Now, I will put the link in the description so you can catch it in its entirety. That interview T.O. did was with Ring Champs. And make no mistake about it, Teofimo spilled the beans. It was his fault that he didn't fight Devin Haney, which I've often talked about on my channel. You can say what you want about the Ryan Garcia fight or whatever with Devin Haney, but we now know that it was Teofimo who chose not. He's telling you out of his own mouth. One, he said that he wasn't in the right state of mind. That is a you problem. You're going through the divorce, your baby mama drama. That is a you problem. That don't have nothing to do with Devin Haney, Bill Haney, or anybody else. That was your life. So if you can't compartmentalize your own issues to keep your career afloat. Now, I will say this, and some of you may feel I'm just like savage or cold-hearted. I don't really care. I feel how I feel. You're entitled to feel how you feel. This is why I have a harder time rating a lot of people in this new generation, which I think is totally chopped in boxing, like some of the greats from before. Because best believe the founding fathers and these past boxers, they went through the same things that you are going through, if not worse. Right? Because back in the day, like I'll give you guys an example. Back when I was growing up, and this might date me, but when I was growing up, there was no savior. Like if you got bullied in school, I mean, you could snitch and tell the principal and the teachers, maybe they would, do something about it. But a lot of times, if you were bullied, you had to just fend for yourself and learn how to deal with people and fight through it. Now, you can go on social media. Your parents can go on social media, say, hey, there's a kid at school bullying my kid. And you could turn it into this big old ordeal. And they'll get probably organizations and people involved to help you. And, cancel culture will help you. Like, if someone said something racist back in the day, you had to fight them or just, like, deal with it. cuss them out or whatever. Now you could get them fired from the job, find out. They literally have TikTokers who are on the internet and they'll find out your location, your state, where you work, and get you jammed up. You know what I mean? So the game is way different. And these fighters kind of act like they're the first of their kind to go through stuff. Mike Tyson had all that public drama with Robin Givens, talking to Barbara Walter. Yeah, Robin Givens, she wear the pants in the family. And I try to be a good guy, but sometimes my temper. You know what I mean? Like, all fighters had. Mike Tyson had lawsuits. He served prison time. Can you imagine Shakur Stevenson or Teofimo honestly serving prison time? Like the Tupac Shakurs of the world, who Shakur's named after, like the Mike Tysons. And I don't think they did it. Me personally, I don't think Mike Tyson or Tupac did what they went to prison for, right? So that being said, you got to be strong-willed, strong mind to make millions and be a public celebrity and then have that all removed and stripped because you made, a bad decision to be around people that would, turn on you or whatever happened in those situations. And then you lose it all. And now you got a warden and COs and stuff telling you when to eat, sleep, poop, all that. Like, that's crazy. These new fighters, I don't really feel like they can deal with it. But the other thing T.O. said was Devin ain't have no motion. What are you talking about? He was the youngest champion at 23, the youngest undisputed champion. Let me rephrase that. Youngest undisputed champion. He beat the guy that you struggle with that dropped you twice, and he did it in Australia. You lost to him when he was a visitor in New York, and you were the New York elect, even though you're from Florida. You were, repping New York, and the Aussie came and beat you. Devin had to clean up your work in Australia and beat the brakes off of George Kambosos. So what do you mean he didn't have no motion? He had plenty of motion. He had already beaten Regis Prograis. So to me, that is not a good excuse. And there were other moments. They even had T.O. and Devin on DAZN going back and forth, and Devin was like, I make more than you. And T.O. was like, no, you don't. And all this type of stuff, which we know is cap because we know Top Rank wasn't going to pay T.O. by and large like the deals that Bill Haney and Devin were securing. You know what I mean? So T.O., I don't even know why he even talked about this because it kind of made him look bad before a fight by talking about Devin didn't have no motion for you to fight. But you were calling out Terrence Crawford. But you were calling out Jerome Boots Ennis. The realistic fight that you should have been on is Devin Haney for several years. But come to find out, let Teofimo tell it, Devin ain't have enough motion for him. Come on, give me a break. Let me know how I did in the video. I don't buy it. I feel like this generation, they have like inflated sense of self-worth and market value. And it's very delusional. Like Keyshawn and Shakur's and the T.O. Keyshawn be like, man, I'll fight Dalton Smith only. Like, who are any of you guys to really be mandating, I won't fight Gary Antoine Russell, I'm not fighting Richards and Hitchens. These guys are champions. They're not worth my time. Only Dalton Smith is. Or T.O. talking about Devin ain't have no motion. This generation is chopped. Let me know how I did, though. Subscribe.